Hello everybody, my name is Connor, and we are here with another blue-yellow ace versus red-purple Luffy. There was two at the tournament, and I played both of them, and I thought they were both pretty good games. So this is our hand after the mulligan. We have three Luffys in our hand, baby Luffys. We top decked a baby ace, so that is pretty good. And we end up taking our first hit here, getting a Luffy. So I feel like this was a bit of a mistake. I absolutely forgot that blocker law was a thing. So I am going ahead and I'm leader abilitying, and I'm thinking I'm just going to build up a hand and, see what I can do. So we only get the 5 cost Luffy, which is fine because we do have plenty of baby Luffys in our hand currently. Kind of bummed to be bottom decking a Pilaf. That could be pretty helpful. But we end up getting the effect off. I have to check. Baby Ace and Baby Luffy look really similar. So, gotta check on that. So we are a 7k leader now, so we swing 9 into lead. And I'm hoping that he'll take, and he does. He ends up taking that hit and passing turn. So, I'm feeling pretty good. I'm feeling like this is the last game of the tournament. The other game was the first game of the tournament, and so I feel like I'm getting a hang of the deck and kind of figuring out what I need to be doing. The question is just if I can do it. So yeah, definitely I was like, yeah, okay, I'm just gonna draw a big hand, and that way I have plenty to work with. But of course I did forget that 4-cost law is a thing. So I'm counting my cards there. I think I have about 7 in my hand, and he goes ahead. I think he drops it this turn. And it's so he's going ahead, dropping the 4-cost law, minusing the Dawn, and I'm shuffling my cards a little bit, and he's rolling his dice. He likes to roll the dice to decide which cards to take. So he takes the 4th card from the left, which ends up being a baby Luffy, which is a bummer. And then the 5th card, which is, I believe, another baby Luffy. So that really hurt. Now I just have baby Ace in my hand, I believe. And he swings 4 just to ramp with Zorojuro. And with his 2 Dawn, I think he might swing 7 here. But yeah, so I really like the way this deck feels. This deck is really fun. I know it's not the greatest. I think he swings 7. Yeah, I go ahead and take. We get another baby ace. He taps 1 and he plays out the Nami Searcher just to search for something he can use here. But yeah, I'm really liking the way this deck feels. I know it's not like the perfect deck, but it's really fun. I know it's not as consistent as it could be, but yeah, there's the gamble of it. I think makes it really fun for me, and so I think that I will probably be playing this deck for, a fun tournament, fun silly time, pretty much in the future here for a bit. So we go ahead and ace ability, and we are searching. We do find the Luffy, and I think but we don't have any baby Luffys in our hand anymore. So kind of a bummer there. So I think I end up putting Luffy on my life, but I think I do a little bit of a big brain play here. Because I always thought that this Luffy, the Luffy that is on the field from the starter deck, was kind of weird in this deck. But we just end up popping that life, drawing a card, and buffing our Luffy up. So yeah, I wasn't really sure like how I felt about having that Luffy in there, but I think that using that ability to pop, the life, get a free life for Luffy to pop and get that buff, especially into red purple Luffy where he is a 6k body. I don't know. I thought it was a pretty solid play, but so I end up swinging 8, I believe, into Luffy, and my thought was because it's you know, a 6k leader. And then I pass. I don't really have much to do. I would have loved to have a peel off in hand to just get some more cards in hand. Hopefully my opponent doesn't have another law, but yeah, I'm feeling okay here. I'm definitely. It's funny because when I got my opening hand, I was like, oh, we have so many babies. Oh, this is so unfortunate. Like, I wish we didn't have all these babies right now. And then I lost 2 of them, and I was like, no, I need those. Wait. So definitely hurts to, yeah, have those missing. And yeah, so my opponent couldn't remember if he got his Dawn this turn, and I was pretty sure he didn't. So he goes ahead, gets his Dawn, and he is thinking about what he wants to do. But yeah, I have been thinking about playing the black-yellow Luffy. Just giving him a try. I might do it on a sim, just so I can ideally understand how the deck works a little better. That's kind of the best thing about the sim, I think, is learning other matchups, and it's so easy to play other decks on the sim. But my opponent ends up dropping 7 for the Eustace Captain Kid, buffing his leader to 7, which I am a 5k leader still, so that hurts. He ends up ramping a Dawn with leader ability and swings 5 with Zoro Juro, ramping another Dawn. I give him the pudding because he's got a pretty low hand size, so I don't feel like we're gonna need that. And then he swings 7 into me, and I get 10 drop Kaido, and then he drops 3 for the Baccarat, I believe is her name. And that was a card I wasn't really expecting to see in his deck. I feel like it's a really solid card. So I like it in the deck. I can see the potential for it being really good, especially because he is at low hand size, so getting that free 2k makes him really hard to hit. But we go ahead and leader ability, and I am just hoping to find a 5-cost body, and we whiff. I actually think that's the first whiff of the tournament. I think that I have found 5-cost bodies. It's just having the ability to put them into life and take them out of life. I don't know if there's a point to put the body in life. I guess with Luffy on board, there is a decent reason to put the body in life, just to pop it with Luffy. But besides that, not really sure. But we go ahead and hard drop the 5-cost ace, and I get some counters, which is great because I have two aces on the top, or in my hand, excuse me. And I think I end up putting 2 of them back. Yeah, I put 2 of them at the top. I'm thinking, okay, I will hit an ace next turn. That's pretty good. So yeah, I think here I'm just gonna try, and he doesn't have a blocker, so I end up swinging into Zoro Juro just to get the pressure, that body, off of me. I don't know if that was the play. I think he is a 7k leader, so I could have gone 7 into life. And then I swing 7 again, or I swing 7 with Luffy, and he counters out with the Bon Clay. So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure if I should have spent the swing getting rid of Zoro. Now he has 2 swings heading towards me at least. Now if he gets 10, if he plays, I was worried about him playing 10 Luffy, and thankfully he doesn't, but he does drop Queen, which is probably just as scary, because without Queen, I could see a world where I could get through. But now with Queen, it is definitely a little bit harder than I would like. He goes ahead and leader abilities to ramp back to 10 Dawn after minusing the Dawn from Queen. Yeah, Red Purple Luffy is one of those decks that has interested me for a long time, and yeah, so he swings and then minuses the Dawn off of his character, and I'm just asking, like, I'm pretty sure that makes your character swing less, because I know I've done that in the sim a couple times and it's taken away from the power. So he just minuses the Dawn over there. It's locals. We're both at this point we're both 1 and 2, I believe. And yeah, so I get a pudding, which is, in my mind, I'm like, okay, cool, it's counter. I will take the counter. And let's see. I have plenty of counter. I have blocker. I need to keep 1 baby ace in hand. He swings 7, I believe. Or no, excuse me, 8, I believe. So I'm trying to decide if I want to block, and I go ahead and block and counter because I'm gonna swing with ace next turn, blocker ace, just to try and get through his life. I have to hit him 3 times. He has 3 cards in hand, so it's possible, but I need bodies on the field, and thankfully I have 2 aces coming, so there's a chance. But yeah, I gotta be careful. So he goes to swing with queen, and I'm like, wait, didn't we just play queen? And he's like, yes. And he ends up passing turn there. Thankfully, if he swung with queen, I would have been most likely cooked. And so yeah, we have to go for it here, because I do not have enough resources to stop his attack. I know I'm gonna hit with the ace. Oh wow, look, an ace, and we get some cards that I would have liked earlier. So I'm only running 3 Violas, and I really like Viola. I think Viola is a really good card to have in my hand. So I'd like to run more. I just got my hands on 3 though. Thankfully, as I mentioned last game, one of my friends let me borrow his beautiful alt-art Violas, and then we realized that he had a couple extras to sell, so I was able to get those from him. So I only own 3, but we are able to tap 2, play down the ace, and pop ace into the board, and he's a rush. So yeah, I think one thing I did forget to do is I think I could pop Luffy ability to buff him, and I didn't do that. I just thought, I don't have life. Oh well. And I should have popped Luffy ability and buffed him. I think I could have had the potential to get through a little better. So he swings, or I swing, he counters. With Luffy, I swing, he counters. Or I swing with Luffy, he counters. I swing with ace, he counters. I swing with lead, he blocks. I swing with ace, rush ace, he takes, and I pass. With the counter I have in hand, it's very there's a slim chance that I can live, and I need him to, especially because I am a 7k leader, I need him to not drop 10 drop Luffy. So he swings 7, I give him the 2k, and he ends up dropping 10 drop Luffy, which he told me after the game that he top decked it. So kind of unfortunate, but realistically, I was expecting the 10 drop Luffy several turns ago. I don't know why my camera is bouncing so much. I will try and stabilize it in the editing program, but I always get confused on how many turns exactly 10 drop Luffy gives. So he ends up swinging, he taps a 1, or he gets the 1 rested. He's got 4. I'm thinking, okay, I can block, maybe he'll play something, maybe I can live this. But he ends up playing Diablo Jambe on the 10 drop Luffy, and yeah, I just put my cards down, give him the good game. So I feel like that I played that alright. I think losing the baby Luffy's early really hurt. But that's really all I could think of that I think definitely hindered the game. I think my opponent played very well, and 10 drop Luffy, top decking the 10 drop Luffy, really, like, he had the game, I'm pretty sure. There was like a slim chance. But yeah, top decking the 10 drop really secured the game for him. So well played to my opponent. I always love playing that guy. Shout out to Fishlord, the GOAT. And yeah, that is gonna do it for me. Unfortunately, we will be doing one more sim video tomorrow just because I am getting back into getting some content, and I don't really have a lot of good games from this tournament that I want to post. Only these two. The two other ones I don't really want to post. I just don't think they were that well played by me, and yeah, so we're probably gonna do RP Luffy on the sim tomorrow, but then I'm hoping we'll be on Moira. So that will do it for me, and yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. If you guys liked this video, hit that like button down below. Helps me out more than you could ever know. Go ahead and subscribe if you are new. And I will see you guys in the next video. Hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day.